Runners, introducing the hip flexors. A lot of people are surprised to hear the hip flexors mentioned as an important muscle for running. So what does this group of muscles do? If we delve again into Tim Dorn's 2012 study on the contribution of various muscles in running, we see the hip flexors, or iliopsoas, performing close to 2 times body weight of work at slower speeds, but with an increased contribution at faster speeds to the point where at 9 meters per second, the iliopsoas performs the most work of any other muscle at a tremendous 9 times of body weight. So what functions do the hip flexor muscles serve in runners? The two main muscles that form the hip flexors are the iliacus and psoas, with the rectus femoris also assisting. The hip flexor muscle's main role in running is to bring the swing leg forward to then prepare the leg for another foot strike. As we move from midstance to toe off, the hip flexor muscles contract to allow the tendon to store the energy, which then at toe off, this stored energy slingshots the leg forward, like letting go of a stretched rubber band. The other function of the hip flexors, and especially the psoas, is to stabilise the low back or lumbar spine. In their 2005 study, Dean et al. Found that 8 weeks of hip flexor strengthening decreased 40 and 10-yard sprint time by 0.23 and 0.24 seconds respectively. Plus, they also decreased their shuttle run time by 9%. Based on this improvement, the authors conclude that the hip flexors play an important role in acceleration. So what are the consequences of weak hip flexor muscles? There are a few potential issues that could arise with hip flexor weakness, and this includes hip pain and stiffness during and after a run, hip flexor tendinopathy, decreased ability to accelerate, decreased ability to run at faster speeds, because at higher speeds it requires greater demands on the hip flexor strength, so if there is insufficient strength, higher speeds may be unattainable. So there you have it, a bit about muscle group not often considered in running. In our next video, we will discuss how to test the strength of these muscles and how a recurrent feeling of tightness may actually indicate weakness in that area. If you need any help with your running injury or performance, please don't hesitate to contact us at healthhp.com.au.